Yes, as you just heard, that was a new tune from the Czechs. It's called Candyman Shimmer from the brand new CD called Deadly Summer Sway, which is coming out this Friday, the 11th of the 11th. The Czechs, Ed and Jacob, are actually in the Kiwi studio with me this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah, nice to have you in. And congratulations on a new album, already printed, ready to go, ready to ship, ready to get into people's hands.
Thank you.
And it's been a little while since the last one, I suppose, a couple of years or so.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah. And since then, well, no, with the last album, you guys didn't have the big record label backing or anything, eh? That was the first album after that whole kind of adventure, I suppose. And
so is this one.
And so is this one. But this is where you're happy, right?
Oh, yeah, we've definitely improved emotionally since the last one.
Well, you've all, I suppose, aged a bit, as you do in 2 years. Matured a bit, I suppose, as well, and sort of really figuring out what you guys really want to do. Would that be right?
I don't know if we're figuring out what we want to do. I think we always have known what we wanted to do, which is just make music that we enjoy. I think we're just continuing to hone it down.
Yeah. And how would you describe the music that you want to play and the music you enjoy and the music that you want to do? Because that one just there was this kind of like a sly kind of...
A dark kind of sly tropical.
Yeah.
Yes, we've always wanted our music to evoke some kind of emotion or some kind of reaction within people.
Yeah.
It used to be a more immediate reaction.
Yeah.
And now I guess it's something that people will have to sort of
sit with for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still the sort of raw rock and roll elements in there as well.
Yeah, there's touches of it on the record.
Yeah.
More epic sort of moments.
Yeah, or just that what you're trying to achieve changes a little bit. So it's still rock and roll because it's just a different
yeah, well,
feel.
it's still played with guitars and drums, but it doesn't have that same rambunctious energy that we had when we were 17.
Yeah.
You know, like you sort of like, I don't want to smash the cymbals that hard anymore, and it doesn't necessarily just want to scream the whole time.
Are you a little bit more precious about your gear these days, perhaps as well?
Nah.
No?
Probably less precious actually. But no, we just have a different thing we're trying to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you burn out that sort of punk part of your brain, smashing it too hard for so long.
The songs on the album, how long have they kind of existed within the band and your thinking process?
It's pretty varied.
Yeah.
Some of them, like the last song, My Brother, which was Ed's song, that's been kicking around since we were living in England.
Yeah.
And then other songs would have come out in the month before the recording of the record.
And where did you do it? How did that come together?
Up at Roundhead Neil Finn's studio.
Well, that's got to be nice.
So yeah,
it's really good. It's really nice.
And is that still possible without a big label backing to be able to go into a big studio like that? Because it's kind of like one of the biggest we have here.
Yeah.
Well, with New Zealand on air, it is.
Yeah.
Chink.
But they're not doing the album funding anymore, though, are they?
No, but we were very lucky to be pretty much the last band, part of the last cycle of bands that would be awarded that. Whereas basically they refund you half of what you spend on your record.
Okay. Well, what does that mean for the future, do you think, then, for, if you guys wanted to do the same thing again, is it still possible? Is there other ways of doing it?
Well, yeah, I guess there's nothing that says that we have to go in and record in a really nice studio again. We could do it at home, the next record, or do it in a smaller studio, or go somewhere else in the world to try and record it.
Yeah, or just, I don't know. Like,
we
play a whole lot of shows, make some money, and get in there.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We just spend a year playing gigs, saving up that money.
Yeah.
And then that's what we spend our money on.
Cool. Well, I can certainly hear on the first track on the album here that's playing in the background, Dogs of Perfection. It's got a big sound, eh? It's like it sounds really polished.
Got expensive reverb on it.
Yeah.
That's what you can't get in your bedroom.
Really?
That's why you pay for the big
Yeah. You just can't put it through Call Edit and
you can.
It's
slightly different.
Especially you notice on the drum sounds and the bass sounds.
Yeah.
It's like the room that we were recording in is like, it's $1 million room, literally. The amount of money, way more than that. the amount of money that they spend to design it so that the acoustics are really complementary to music being played inside it. It's the sort of thing, you could chance upon it in your kitchen.
Yeah. Because right.
Which we might try.
Yeah. You might hear the pots and pans clanging in the background. So it's the difference between what that sort of hi-fi system you go and buy, for $1,000 versus the $10,000 Bose speakers or something.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. To the average person though, would they hear the difference, or is it?
I think it's like not something that they'd literally be able to hear, but it's just.
It's a feeling?
It's a feeling, like when you hear something that's recorded really, really well, if it just sounds really beautiful, then it's going to be obvious to your ears that it is.
And it really helps if you're a shit songwriter as well.
Yeah? Because then just the sound is better, people will ignore the lyrics.
Yeah, and then they just skip all past all that stuff.
But you guys aren't crap songwriters though, are you?
No. We're really good.
No. I don't think the guys are shit songwriters.
No, I'm just joking. It was. Yeah.
But the track we're hearing in the background now, "Ready to Die," which we've been playing on Kiwi for a wee while now, that is a track though, as a listener, that makes you wonder what it might be about. Are we ready to die?
Yeah, are we?
Are we? As we stare off into the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, Sven wrote that one.
Yeah, fuck.
Quite personal.
Hands up.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. I think Well, time's come, eh?
Yeah.
Things come, things go.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Pretty casual. All right. Getting back to the recording though, all in the studio at the one time, recording a song, or are you doing individual elements?
For some of it, the way we'd always done that in the past, where it had been the entire band recording, and then sometimes with Ed singing live, and usually with him doing overdubs afterwards. Because in the first two records, we kind of felt that a record should be about capturing a band's performance. Whereas this record is much more about capturing the song. So sometimes we recorded it live, sometimes we recorded it completely live, sometimes it was multi-tracked, or just like a guitarist and myself on the drums would go in and record and get the basic track down, and then we would build upon that.
But
it's kind of really...
we never track stuff, eh?
You mean like go in just drums and click it? Yeah, it always has to have some element of life in the initial track.
Yeah.
And if it sounds dead, it really... Yeah, and we were lucky to be working with a really great producer.
Who is
it?
A
great person. This guy called Bob Brockman, Bassy Bob. And he's a really cool guy, and he's from New Orleans, and he was a trumpet player and a keys player.
Wow, cool.
And a bass player, like a jazz guy, like his father was. And then he moved to New York in the 80s and got into the recording scene there and started working in Harlem. Those beds in Brooklyn, in a studio out there, and then he started being like Puff Daddy's guy.
Yeah.
He worked for Puffy for 9 years.
Yep.
Wow.
And then he mixed Ready to Die, which was Biggie Small's first record, and he's done stuff with Mary J. Blige and worked with Prince and worked with all of these big R&B and hip hop people.
Has that helped inject the swagger that I can kind of hear into the album a bit?
He definitely knew how to record feeling. He just became a good friend by the end of it.
Nice.
It was just good hanging out.
So he came down to New Zealand?
Yeah.
Sweet. How precious are you guys about replicating the record in a live sense? When you go out and play live.
You mean in terms of reproducing everything that's on the record?
Yeah.
We're not really precious about it at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
It's a different work of art?
Yeah, well, I think on a record you don't want everything to be so loud necessarily, if you lack of a better word. For me, ideally, the record sounds beautiful, and then you go out and rock the shit out of it at a concert, and everything's a bit more harsh, and the drums are more banging, and the guitars are a little dirtier, and
I think the audience probably wants to hear something different as well.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Plus, we definitely don't like all the bands with, laptops playing Ableton and all that sort of stuff. Like, we're definitely a fan of the idea of musicians being musicians, and you stand up there and you play your instruments and perform music for people, as opposed to like playing music that you've recorded already on your laptop. Seems a bit lame to me.
I know it's a strange time to be asking, the question just at the release of a new album. But I mean, you're happy as a band, and going to be sticking at this for a wee while longer.
Yeah,
For as long as you can.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant experience making
having
this
a blast.
The spirits are high.
Yeah.
We feel like we've made our best record yet. And
Cool.
we're about to go out and tour and play. About to play our biggest headline show we've ever done at the Power Station, and that's really exciting.
On the 26th.
Yeah.
It's available through
Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting because we feel like we're taking steps forward. And it's a gradual process, but yeah, we're just happy that things are moving on.
And then inch your way overseas again.
Yeah, well, we're heading to Australia in December, just to kind of keep our foot in with Sydney before we go over and do a more serious tour in the new year. And our record comes out over there in the early next year. It'll be on iTunes anyway, but yeah, so we're looking to push it harder in Australia. We didn't really push Alice by the Moon in Australia at all.
Festivals over the summer?
Nothing in concrete yet.
But you got these other gigs coming up, the 26th at the Power Station, but something this weekend?
Yeah, well, our tour starts this Friday when our album is released, and we're playing 2 shows in Wellington. We're playing an all-ages show at Zeal, and then in the evening we're playing at Bodega, and then the night after we're playing in Palmerston North.
Yeah.
What? At the Royal.
The Royale.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go out on a track from the new album. It is called Deadly Summer Sway. What track do you reckon I should play? We've just heard Black Frog there.
You just heard Black Frog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say.
Like Winter Sun.
Oh, we could play Black Frog without us talking all over it, if you want.
Yeah. Or you could play Winter Sun.
Winter Sun?
Yeah.
Track number 6. All right, Ed and Jacob from the Checks, thanks very much for coming in and telling us all about it. Go get the album, Deadly Summer Sway. There we go. Here it is.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.